It was hard. It's a really good offensive team. They got a lot of weapons. They put a lot of speed. We just found enough defense in the fourth quarter. It was really, really huge. I thought, Ant moving over to Fox was good, slowed him down just enough. Rudy was awesome. Kyle, Mike, everybody was really good. I thought Jalen was awesome. Right when we needed a little punch off the bench, he gave us enough. Nas has been playing at such a high level. There's a lot to really admire about our guys' performance tonight, but just kind of gutted it out. I know those guys were pretty wiped out after last night's game.
How big was Mike in the final quarter for you?
Yeah, Mike's huge all the time, right? Just want the ball in his hands, just feel safe. You make all the right plays. He got a couple huge rebounds, when we really needed him down there. So big game for him, So.
Chris, just for the last really year and really even into last year, just executing down the stretch has been a big bugaboo. Just what kind of trust do you have in this group right now to go out and do make the right decisions, do the things that they need to do? Yeah,
I thought tonight we were willing to just get off the ball when there was a crowd. We got some really good looks down the stretch. We didn't make them all. Kind of multiple drive almost a few times when they had him in scramble mode. Got the dunks with Jaden. We got and then corner three with Ant. That also opened up the glass. I think just Mike makes all the difference there for sure. Getting off of it, getting us organized. And then ball. I thought Anthony had some really good looks too. It was good to get him some good looks rather than him having to carry the load all the time.
Do you feel just kind of an identity forming here with this group and just kind of a sense of self that maybe was not?
Yeah, I think that's fair, very fair. These guys really, really like each other. They love playing with each other. They're always communicating. I think everyone's lifted their level a bit getting a little more comfortable with the roster and the games being so big. I think I'm really hearing a lot from our veteran voices. Rudy, Kyle, and Mike for sure are kind of putting their stamp on this team. So.
And then we've talked a lot about Nas, but just his ability to come through in fourth quarters now too, with dunks and threes and things like. What is he giving you night to night here now?
Just such a huge shot in the arm. His mismatch problem a lot of times. His energy, his activity. Makes big shots for us. Can finish at the rim. Gives us a rolling threat. Just everything. I'm really pleased with his defense too. His defense has been really, really good.
Jaden had the first bucket of the night. His first 6 shots. Was it kind of intentional for you to try to get him going after the night he had last night?
No. We ran the very first play to put him in action to see, maybe it would go his way, and it did. But he just was aggressive. I knew, being the competitor that he is, I knew he was going to come out that way. It was good to see him get off to a great start,
How much of a smarter team are you now than maybe you were earlier in the season, especially when it comes to late games?
Significantly smarter. I think having obviously, the guys out there with Kyle and Mike and that ball in their hands a lot, and Ant's obviously getting better and better at it. I think that's one part, but two, just having been through enough of these games, it doesn't feel like we've ever had any kind of game that hasn't been close, So, but yeah, we're learning through all that.
The commitment to rebounding seemed to basically clinch this game, whether it was Mike getting one or guys crashing the offensive glass on the other end. That was something that's been an issue for this team for a season and a half and even longer. Is it Kyle, Rudy, and Mike kind of taking that initiative and showing guys, hey, we need to really mind this part of our game or else we're going to get beat like we did last year?
Yeah, I think, of course, Rudy's really rebounding at a high level right now. But, when you put out as much size as we're able to put out right now, we should be able to rebound better. And Kyle's been huge. Just goes up in the middle of a pack and gets them. Mike, as you see, if your smalls can rebound, you're going to be a good rebounding team. And, I guess they have Mike down here for 2 defensive rebounds, and those were in the guts of the game when you needed them most.
Coach Finch, you did talk before the game about being a spoiler. No one else asked that question. How do you feel about being the spoiler tonight?
Yeah, I mean, listen, we're happy to get the win, you know. Sacramento's had a great season so far. They've done an amazing job. I got a lot of people here that I'm close with, that, you know, from Monty to Alvin Gentry to Sagar to Jordy on the bench. Mike and his staff have done an unbelievable job. You know, they'll get. I'm pretty sure they'll get what they deserve out of this season. You know, those guys are all really class and excellent at their job. But you know, we're fighting for stuff too, and so this game meant a lot to our guys.